So I'm going to continue that talk from the previous video where I just so rudely got cut off. I left off talking about the bowel and bladder and how if you can start to reverse the neurogenic bowel and bladder, you can improve quality of life, you know, do your bowel program on your own, and for me not to have a nurse come in and all that fun stuff. So we're seeing a little bit of stuff there. We're going to keep following it and see what happens with it. My nerve pain was pretty bad yesterday, but I think that's more directly correlated with sleep. With me, whenever I don't get good sleep, whether it be a couple hours and just waking up and spasming and all that, my nerve pain is not a fun little person to be around. So I think that's more of the issue. As long as I get some good sleep, like today, I slept good. I'm sitting outside right now. It's probably 60 degrees, something like that, 10 in the morning. Can't really complain for New Jersey by any means. It's definitely been a long winter. Cabin fever's been kicking my butt. I'm sure it's been kicking everybody else's butt as well. So the other thing we had done was, not yesterday but day before, we got into doing our therapy again. And so we did chest, triceps. Again, we're just looking for any kind of notable change. For me, the exercises we usually do is a flat chest press with 1 pound wrist weights, and then we'll do he puts bands around my elbows, you'll see in the video, to kind of keep my arms back a little bit to help push, not help push, but help keep them back in the right spot. And so we threw the 1 pound weights on, and then I was able to push it up with almost minimal effort. So all right, well, let's try the 3 pounders. So we jumped up to 3 pounders. And again, my left arm has always been my weaker arm. With me driving, I always use the right arm, my right arm dominant. So the left doesn't get as much use as it probably should, I suppose. So immediately noticed just the evening up of it. Not even necessarily just the strength, but the fact that it's able to come up at a level movement with my right side was definitely notable as well. And the 3 pound weights I was able to put up. In the video, you may think he's pulling up on the bands, but he's not really pulling up. He's just pulling back to keep my elbows back towards being level with my shoulders. So then we did the incline chest press, again with 1 pound weights. It's the max I've ever been able to do. Kind of embarrassed to say that, I guess, but it is what it is. Come here, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy, come here. Go inside. Inside. Come on. So we did the chest press. That worked out pretty well. Still a little bit weaker in the upper chest. Never really been my strong point, even before I broke my neck. And then after that, we did some triceps. Triceps is one of those things that is notably weak on myself. Half the time, I remember for about a year, you'd be sleeping and my hands wouldn't even be able to come off my face. And so now I'm getting relatively, you're not going to be able to see in this video, but there's some cupping we're doing as well. See the old shoulders. Trying to get rid of that chronic shoulder pain. So yeah, the triceps, especially the movement where it's straight in front of you, is just insanely more consistent. We've always had just body weight. We've never really used wrist weights, and if we did, Tony's had to assist through the whole thing. This time, not the case. We just threw it right up, no issues. The one where it's kind of like a skull crusher is still a little bit weak. And that's the tricep up towards the top by the shoulder, which is completely numb for me. But she is starting to come back a little bit. We're going to start doing the FES cycle, hooking up the stim pads and trying to activate the triceps and some of the hamstrings and things like that. So people, we are seeing some changes still. The one thing I'm looking forward to, hopefully, is still dropping that nerve pain. If we can get rid of that, we will be happy campers. But up until that point, we're just going to keep positive, keep hoping for progressive change, and hopefully, like I said, we'll be able to keep everyone updated. And like I said, any more questions, feel free to ask. I think in the other video I talked a little bit about the FDA stuff, so hopefully I'll figure out a little bit about that. It's going to be something that I think is going to do a lot of good, and so far I'm still seeing change. So just over a week out, and we'll probably do a video every couple of days, maybe once a week, just so we're not getting overwhelmed with everything. But like I said, hope everybody's having a good Easter. Today is actually Saturday, so it's a little bit later than the other video I had, but I got irritated when it got cut off, so I postponed it. But yeah, good Easter. Everybody stay warm. Hopefully bring on the warm weather, and we'll go from there. Cheers, mates.